If you have a curious mind like mine, chances are you've gone to pick up a prescription, looked over the pharmacy counter, and thought to yourself, what is happening back there? Well, the answer to that question is that prescriptions go through many various stages and many hands before they go into yours. Today, I'll be speaking to you about how to fill, enter, and lastly, and most importantly, verify a prescription. The first stage in filling a prescription is what we call data entry. This is where we will be taking the prescription, whether it's an e-script, a handwritten copy, a fax prescription, or a phoned-in prescription, and entering all of the information into a prescription order system that we use called NextGen. We're going to take the basic information such as the prescriber, their licensing number, the medication, the form it'll be dosed in, the strength of the medication, the quantity, the amount of refills the prescriber would like the patient to have, and arguably the most important, what we call the SIG line. The SIG line is going to be the instructions of how the prescriber would like the patient to take their medication. Once we have all of the information typed into the order entry system, it's going to go into a stage that is called DUR, which just stands for Drug Utilization Review. This stage is only completed by the pharmacist, and essentially is just where the pharmacist guarantees that all the information that the technician has entered into the order system matches the actual prescription copy. This is very important to make sure that everything is exactly as written to help prevent medication errors. Once the prescription is released by the pharmacist to be filled, it moves on to the ready to fill station. From here, we will start by choosing the right medication. We will go to the alphabetically organized shelves and choose the correct medication, the correct package size, the correct strength, as well as the correct form. Medication comes in many different forms and many different strengths. Some typical medication forms include topicals such as creams or ointments, otic solutions for your ears, ophthalmic solutions for your eyes, patches, pills such as tablets or capsules, sublingual tablets or lozenges, inhalers, and nasal sprays. We also have intravenous medication, and that ranges from vial of medication to what we call pre-filled pens, which are typically different forms of insulin. Once you've chosen the correct medication, you're going to verify that you have the correct information for the prescription order by taking it back to your workstation and using the serial barcode scanner to scan the barcode on the stock bottle. If the medication is correct, and only if it's correct, will the system automatically print a generated prescription label with all the information that we typed into the order entry system. From here, you will count out or prepare the exact quantity of the medication that the prescriber has written for the patient. Once you've done so, you're going to choose the correct medication container to put the medication in. You're most commonly familiar with what we call drams. Those are those orange pill bottles that we have. After loading the medication into the storage container, you're going to be simply putting the prescription label onto the prescription. From there, the filling process is actually considered done. This is the last stage in filling a prescription that a pharmacy technician can actually complete. This is where my job ends and a pharmacist's job continues. From here, we'll move on to the verification process. This is where they simply assure that the prescription is filled directly as written. The pharmacist's computer system will automatically pull up an image that shows the correct size, shape, and indicators stamped onto the pill to make sure that we have chosen the correct medication and that it matches what's actually in the bottle. If the pharmacist thinks that anything is wrong with the prescription, such as the quantity or the form, this is where they correct mistakes before they actually make it to the customer. Any medication that is controlled has to be double counted. This is the step where we will ensure that the pharmacist or the pharmacy technician has initialed and circled the count on the bottle. Once the pharmacist used their thumbprint to give a biometric approval of the prescription, which is basically them signing off on it and saying that they're liable if there's any mistakes made. From here, a monograph will be automatically printed from the printer. Monographs, or as you may know them as medication guides, have important information such as how to use the medication, common uses of the medication, side effects, and important information to know about the prescription. This is where we are finally done, and the only step to be completed is for you to pick up. Before becoming a pharmacy technician with my local Rite Aid over a year ago, I could have never guessed exactly what all goes into filling one single prescription. Today, I hope that I made you a little bit more comfortable with the prescription filling process, as well as taught you a little bit about what goes on behind the pharmacy counter. Today, I've talked to you about how to enter a prescription, how to fill a prescription, and most importantly, how to verify a prescription.